Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video we'll have a look at some of the plants we saw in the Tongariro National Park. The Tongariro National Park contains various plant communities, of which some of the highlights include podocarp broadleaf rainforest, a beech rainforest containing mountain beech, silver beech and red beech, scrublands containing leptospermum species, sarry top pines, the woolly fringe moss and other small shrubs. There is also tussock shrubland and tussock grasslands which change into herb fields as you go higher. In the 1960s a vegetative mapping process was set out for the national park. Some 20 different vegetation habitats were classified. I won't go over them all as there are too many, but here is a snapshot of them. There are some 550 species of plant life confirmed in the national park. A good checklist of these species can be found on iNaturalist, which is an excellent resource. I would encourage everyone to use it, whether for identification or observation purposes, even just seeing what has been observed in your locality. Here you can see the checklist on iNaturalist for Tongariro National Park. Go check that out. Our walk out to the Tama Lakes was mostly through scrub and shrublands, tussock land, grasslands, herb fields, stone fields, gravel fields, and a small portion of forest. It was a beautiful little walk, and you can see that in the last video I did, the Tama Lakes walk in the Tongariro National Park. An excellent walk to do. I hope you enjoy this one. I'll talk to you a bit later when I start discussing a few of the plant species that I came across. Cheers. Oliera arborescens, also known as the common tree daisy, is a bushy small tree or large shrub growing up to 4 metres tall. It is found in forests and shrublands, in lowland and montane habitats. It has large clusters of white daisy-like flowers between October and January. The leaves are broad to elliptic ovate. This is endemic to New Zealand. Olieria is a genus I am familiar with. As of the 180 species, 112 are endemic to Australia. Sticherus cunninghamii, or is it Stickerus? Either way. The umbrella fern is endemic to New Zealand. It is a rhizomaceous fern with fronds erect to 1.4 metres tall, rachis in 1 to 3 tiers, forking from the stipe to the tip of the longest branch, drooping and spreading, which makes it look like an umbrella, hence its common name. It is widespread and common, although often missing from large portions of the eastern side of both islands. What an interesting fern to see, and certainly was a standout in some of the underforest situations. Draco filum filifolium. This is an erect and variable shrub, 1 to 2 metres tall, with slender upright branches, leaves that are 6 to 16 centimetres in length and up to 1 mm in width, so quite narrow, and they taper to a very fine point. The inflorescence is a terminal spike with 5 to 10 white sessile flowers. This New Zealand endemic is found in lowland to montane forest, shrubland and grasslands up to 1500 metres in altitude. Cmissia spectabilis subspecies spectabilis, also commonly called the cotton daisy. This is a distinctive but variable herb which can form mats or patches up to 1 metre in diameter, or even occur singly. It has thick leathery leaves of 5 to 20 centimetres by 0.5 to 3 centimetres wide. They are lanceolate to oblong to narrowly ovate in shape. The upper surface is shining and pale green in colour or yellowish green. The lower surface densely covered in soft felted pale buff to brown tomentum. Flowering scape is to 30 centimetres tall, ending with a flower head 3 to 5 centimetres in diameter, which contains 40 to 100 ray florets, which are white in colour, and 60 to 200 disc florets, which are yellow in colour. This stunning Cmissia flowers between October and February. It is found on both islands between 300 and 1700 metres altitude. Habitats include red tussock grassland, fellfield, snow tussock and herb fields. Cmissia is a wonderful genus of perennial subshrubs or rhizomaceous herbs, the centre of diversity being New Zealand with upward of 70 species, and then Australia, which has 10 species. A wonderful group of plants. This is Pcarus nivalis. It's a low sprawling shrub to 2 metres tall. The plants are unisexual with male cones ripening in early summer, while the bright fleshy fruits mature in summer to autumn. This is found throughout the 2 islands in mountainous areas between 700 and 1500 metres. Habitats include subalpine scrub, low alpine mixed snow tussock and scrublands. Phylocladus alpinus, the mountain celery pine. It is a shrub or small tree to 6 metres, but less than 2 metres tall in the alpine zone. It has phyloclads on adult plants which are thick, 10 to 25 mm in length, dark green to glaucous green. They vary in shape from narrow rhomboid or spathulate to elliptic and obovate as well. They are lobed or not, so they can be quite variable. The male plants shed their pollen from strobilae that are 5 to 6 mm in length. Around about December, nut-like seeds ripen black within white fleshy capes on the female plants in autumn. It is found throughout New Zealand in mountainous areas up to 1500 metres. This is Forstera tanella. It is usually a loose mat and sprawling. It has leaves that are fairly crowded, semi-leathery, narrowly oblong to obovate in shape. The flowers are white and can be in 1s, 2s or 3s. It is found throughout New Zealand in montane to subalpine grasslands and herb fields. It's quite a dainty looking herb and quite beautiful. Cmissia incana. This is a stunning Cmissia that is scrambling and mat forming in growth pattern and able to make large patches. It forms terminal rosettes with leaves 20 to 75 mm long and 7 to 25 mm wide. They are obovate to oblong in shape. Upper leaf is densely woolly with white hairs. Lower surface has satiny white or felted hairs. This gives the plant a stunning silvery look. It has a flowering stalk to 10 cm tall, covered with loose hairs, ending in a capitula which is 25 to 30 mm in diameter, with white ray florets and yellow disc florets. It flowers during September through to March. This New Zealand endemic can be found in montane to alpine areas, in grassland, herbfield, boulderfield, on rock outcrops and tors, and also other rocky places. An amazing sight to see these shimmering in the distance off the path. A diversion cross-country was more than warranted to get close to these beauties. A really outstanding plant. This is RcoMetrium, also known as woolly moss. It may be RcoMetrium lanuginosum or a similar species. It is a widespread moss found from sea level to montane and Arctic tundra in the northern hemisphere, with disjunct population in the southern hemisphere, even here in Australia. It grows as large mats on exposed rocks and in boulder scree. Quite an interesting plant to see in this habitat. Pimelia buxifolia is a much-branched bushy shrub to about 1 metre tall. It has leaves in pairs, which are small, thick and oval in shape. The flowers are small white or faint pink, about 1 centimetre in diameter, flowering from September to May. This is endemic to the North Island of New Zealand and is found in montane to alpine areas, in shrubland, grassland and tussock grasslands, usually found in acidic volcanic rocks such as rhyolite and pyroclastic ejecta. Quite a lovely little plant. Euphrasia cuneata. This hybrid is variable to 60 cm in height, but usually less than 20 cm in the alpine zones. It has widely spaced leaves, glabrous and wedge-shaped with 1 to 3 pairs of teeth. Flower heads may be branched or simple. Corolla is white in colour with yellow markings, flowering from January to March. This endemic is found on both islands, in open rocky places, stream sides and scrub from sea level to 1500 metres. It is a very showy hybrid like most of them are. Rulia elbowseria. The scabweeds are a wonderful genus, with this one being no exception. Rulia elbowseria is a compact cushion with closely pressed tomentum on both leaf surfaces, giving the plant a snow white appearance or even silvery grey. The leaves are 3.5 by 2 mm in size, obovate to cuneate in shape. The papery brown striped scales surround the flower heads, which is composed with less than 10 florets, pale buff yellow-white in colour. This gem is found on the North Island on the volcanic plateau from subalpine to high alpine between 1000 and 1800 metres. Habitats are fellfield and open tussock grassland. This plant took me ages to see in its habitat. From a distance I couldn't even see it, as it blended in neatly with the surrounding landscape. It was only when I was standing right next to them that I could actually see them. They blend in perfectly with their rocky habitat. The ones just starting to flower were easier to spot, and after a while I got my eye in and was able to see them much easier. A truly amazing plant in a hostile environment. Brachyglotus bidwillieye. This is a compact shrub up to 1.5 metres tall. with the branchlets, petioles and inflorescence branchlets covered in dense, oppressed white to buff tomentum. The leaves are elliptic to obovate, oblong in shape. The inflorescence is a panicle of bell-shaped flowers containing disc florets, cream pale white in colour. It is found in subalpine to high alpine situations between 800 and 1,700 metres. The habitat is generally mixed snow tussock scrub and snow tussock herb field, and at high altitudes it will only get to about 20 to 30 centimetres tall. In the North Island it also extends into fellfield on the volcano plateaus. We did see this up in the fellfield areas on the volcanoes as well. Now this lovely little WenBersia could be WenBersia pygmaei, subspecies pygmaei, or elbow marginata. Difference between the two is not much, but haven't been able to get a proper ID on this one. But anyway, this lovely North Island harebell is a small herb with spatulate leaves, bell-shaped flowers, pale blue or white and blue. It can be found on the volcanic plateau in subalpine to low alpine habitats between 900 and 1,830 metres. It will be found on open, well-drained, often rocky sites in tussock grassland and tussock herb field. Quite a splendid little herb. Lilia Angata. This is a creeping herb which can form patches. It is highly variable with leaves that are 4 to 10 millimeters by 4 to 10 millimeters in size and shallowly toothed. It has white flowers with purple veins followed by shining red purplish berries. It can be found in lowland to low alpine situations up to 1,300 metres altitude and found on well-lit moist sites. Quite an attractive little ground cover. Deli Mitra cyanea, also known as a swamp sun orchid. It grows to 25 centimetres tall with a single linear leaf which is thick and round up to 15 centimetres in length. It usually has 2 bluish flowers and it is widespread from lowland to low alpine areas up to 1,400 metres and most commonly found in open, poorly drained sites. Quite a stunning orchid. Veronica Spathulata. This is a stunning subshrub which is highly branched, forming low pale patches about 25 centimetres in diameter and about 10 centimetres in height. The branchlets, leaves and flower stems are covered with dense white hairs. Leaves are erecto-patent and recurved with an outline that is orbicular to rhomboid, 2 to 12 millimeters by 2 to 12 millimeters in size. The upper surface is dark green and the lower surface is pale green or dull green or purple. The inflorescence is a raceme with 2 to 8 flowers, white or mauve in colour. This is endemic to the North Island and found in the volcanic belt in the alpine zones. Habitats include lava and scoria-filled screes, skeletal soils on steep exposed ridges and fellfield. These are an absolute delight to see at the Upper Tama and Lower Tama lakes. You had to look a little bit for them because they blended in very well, very much like the Rulia elbowseria, which I didn't see at first glance. So take your time and you will spot these, and particularly when they're in flower, as they do stand out in the scree fields. Anophalioides bellidoides, also known as the everlasting daisy or hell's bells. It's a variable low-growing subshrub that can form loose patches. The leaves are grey to green and glabrous, 4 to 10 by 2 to 8 millimeters in size. A slender woody scape to 10 centimeter, ends with an inflorescence 2 to 3 centimeters in diameter. Flowers consist of 106 to 212 hermaphrodite florets, which are yellow in colour, and these are encased in white outer bracts. A widespread plant found in lowland to low alpine situations. Habitats include scrub, tussock, grasslands, herb fields, moraine gravels, and rock outcrops, and it is quite widespread. Ronculus nivicola, the mountain buttercup. This is a tufted perennial which can get 50 to 80 centimeters tall. It has basal leaves which are orbicular in shape, fleshy, glabrous to pilose, and between 5 to 15 centimeters in diameter. Flowering stems can have between 1 to 7 flowers per stem, and these are 2.5 to 3.5 centimeters in diameter, with 8 to 15 yellow petals. It can be found in subalpine to high alpine situations between 1,200 meters and 1,800 meters. It is common in moist herb fields, and here in Tongariro National Park it can be seen on fine scoria, normally in seepage areas. Although I didn't see these in flower, there's some lovely examples on iNaturalist that you can have a look at. They are quite something. Draco filum recurvum. This is a low-growing or prostrate shrub with glaucous to dark reddish-brown leaves, which are recurved. The white flowers occur in short, dense spikes at the branch ends and contain 4 to 10 flowers. This is endemic to the North Island and can be found in montane to alpine situations, habitats including shrubland, grassland, herb fields, and tussock land. Quite an interesting species of Dracophyllum. This is Veronica hookeriana. It's a low spreading subshrub to 20 centimeters tall, or a loose cushion or mat. It has prostrate to ascending stems with thick leathery leaves crowded along them. The inflorescence is a lateral raceme, 3 to 11 centimeters long, with 4 to 8 large and mostly lavender flowers, although they can be slightly pinkish sometimes. This North Island endemic can be found in subalpine to alpine situations between 900 and 1,800 meters, and found on rocky sites, exposed ridgelines in tussock herb field or loose stone debris fellfield habitats. Last but not least is Veronica tetragona subspecies tetragona. This is a rigid bush, low or spreading shrub. The stems are four-angled, meaning they are square in cross-section. The leaves are narrow and strongly keeled and pointed scale-like leaves, yellowish green in colour. The white flowers are in clusters of 2 to 12 at the ends of the twiggy branches. This North Island endemic can be found in the mountains between 700 and 1,700 metres. Its habitats include mixed tussock scrub, tussock herbfield and low scrub, particularly on pumice rock types. Quite a beautiful little shrub. So I think that's about 23 species that we've looked at in this video of the some 500 plus that can be found in Tongariro National Park. Some of the outstanding ones that I really enjoyed seeing were the snow daisies, Cmissia spectabilis subspecies spectabilis, and Cmissia incana, also the Rulia elbowseria and the Veronica Spathulata. I would be interested to know in what species any of you like, so please feel free to leave a comment below. Overall, it's an excellent place to visit. Plenty of plant life everywhere, over 500 plus species that can be seen in this park from varying different habitats. Well guys, that's about it for this video. As always, I do really appreciate your support, so please feel free to leave a like, comment and even subscribe, and that way you will keep up to date on all the latest happenings on this channel. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Cheers.